taking a maintenance day yesterday and being able to get on the ice a little bit today, what are your levels of hope that you'll feel well enough to play?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I felt all right out there, and but I think I'll be fine. So just looking forward for tonight.
I'm going to assume it was that shot block, that.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, it didn't feel great. Hit me in a spot where I'm not protected well, so it's definitely bruised. But like I said, I should feel right tonight.
And just for you, though, I mean, obviously you weren't in practice yesterday, but how much, Lindy was really preaching like that puck support, making sure that man is out there for the outlet pass, especially when you're playing along the boards. How much is that necessary as a focus right now for you guys in the way you play?
That's our game style. We want to be connected out there. That's what we're talking about since day one, and it just helps. That's what it is. Like if we're out there with five-man unit, it just helps all around. D zone, O zone support each other, and that makes our job easier.
What about the way you're seeing the team right now playing, where you're picking up points, not always two, but does it feel like the direction is heading in the right way?
Yeah, I think
like
we're playing more with our game style again.
Right.
The battle level is there, compete is there, and which is obviously really important and should be there every night. And it's not going to be easy games, so we know it, and we've probably came up short with some games lately, but that's what it is. We just got to stay steady and just keep on going and taking game by game here.
Lindy said one of the things over this stretch is chances are starting to go in now. You're getting that goal support?
I mean, obviously that helps for sure. If you score more than 1 or 2 goals, that definitely helps. And if you play defensive really well, then 2-3 goals would be probably enough to win a hockey game. So yeah.
I'm wondering what you see from a player like Dawson Mercer. In the calendar year of 2022, he played every single game. He's now, he's going on. What have you seen about, not the way he's changed his game, but really adapted to the NHL level?
He came in already as a really good hockey player all around. And he just feels comfortable every year, more comfortable every year. And he's just a player that you could put in any situation, in any line, and he'll battle hard every night and tries his best. And I mean he's improving as a player really well, and that's what we need from him. And it's just great to have him on our team.
Lindy said one of the things for Dawson was just the way he's really adapted to playing on the penalty kill has been a big part. What is that intricacy for a young player killing penalties in the NHL versus at previous levels, and that process?
Killing penalties is a big thing in this league. I mean, you see all the players that do it. You got to be really disciplined, and you got to be trusted by the coach, and he gets that trust, and he's doing a great job with it.
Speaking of penalty kill, obviously you guys have taken quite a few penalties recently. What is it that goes into not taking as many penalties, and is that really a focus of playing as that connected 5-man unit that you were talking about?
Yeah, I think we got to keep our sticks down, more stick on puck, and that's where we can eliminate some of our penalties. And that's definitely something we were trying to eliminate.
I'll ask you a couple as someone who hasn't seen you guys. I'm curious, you guys have had long winning streak, get the slump. What do you learn from both of those, and as you guys kind of from both the highs and the lows that you take for the rest of the year?
Yeah, that in a long season it doesn't always just go up. You're gonna have some bumps on the road, and you just gotta fight through it, and you do that as a team, and that's what we're learning right now.
How is, just as a captain, what have you learned from that about leadership and about, because it's obvious, I'm sure I would imagine it's one thing to address the team when you've won 6-7 in a row, and another when things aren't going so well?
Just talking about that early in the year, just try to have a steady line, not get too high, not get too low, and that's with that mindset you got to go through an 82 season, and you're gonna have ups, you're gonna have downs, but you just got to keep on going, and every game is important right now.
It's coaches like to preach the process over results. It's a pretty common thing. But as a player, Is it as you grow in this league? Is it easy or is it hard to learn that? Obviously, that's something where I'm sure it's easier a lot of times just to look at the scoreboard than to think about it.
I think it's something you got to go through it to
Yeah.
learn it, and we're doing that obviously as well. And it's hard to say now you got it and now you don't. I think it is a process for sure, and yeah, we're learning it, and I feel like you never stop learning in anything, not even just hockey and anything. So it's definitely, we'll look at it as a process for sure.
Maintenance days for two of your key guys, both Tatar and Nico able to skate today. Do you kind of have a little bit of clarity on where the situation is with them?
We're hopeful both guys will play. Skated this morning, and we'll just wait for the update on them.
What are some of the intricacies in the type of puck support that you've been working on in practice with your players that is sort of a requirement to execute against a team like Detroit?
Well, we know that they got a couple of good guys with real good speed. Our gaps are going to have to be good. If we give them room, they're going to generate opportunities. So we have to stay connected in all three zones.
And what for you do you kind of remember about the game here that started that run, and how are you maybe different now versus then?
Well, I think there's two parts. We're starting to get a little bit healthier, which I think makes us a better team. I thought we played a game that, again, when I say connected, we had people close to people, our gaps were tight, and that has to be all three zones. So a little loose to start when we played them the first time. I thought we tightened things up, and again, we're going to have to be tighter tonight.
How is Dawson Mercer different from last year to this year with the experience that he's had?
Well, I think just a year of more awareness, what it takes, how you score goals in this league. I think his penalty killing is something that has really helped our club. So he's growing in different areas.
As this team, obviously, you don't plan for long win streaks or lose streaks, but how is this team, when you look at kind of the equilibrium for this group as they've gone throughout the season, how do you look at it?
Well, again, we've tried to keep the focus on that next game and not get too high, get too low. There was a lot of games during this recent stretch where we haven't won that, I really felt we deserved to win, but we didn't score. And I've been around stretches where, the puck just doesn't want to go in the net for you. And instead of finding ways to win, all of a sudden you'll find a way, or a puck will go off something, or a tip will go in, and all of a sudden you lose a hockey game.
Do you personally evolve much as a coach during the season?
I think you have to. I think that with different lineups, with injuries, you have to change parts of your game. You have to change part of your approach. 82 games a long. It's a long season. It's a lot of meetings with the same guy standing in front of the team. So I think we change things up, different voice from time to time, and we try to make sure that when they come to the rink, we focus on what needs to be done that day to be better tomorrow.
3 out of 4 points in the last 2 games. What do you see, or do you see the team moving forward and off that slump, or whatever you want to call it?
Yeah, I do. I think offensively, now we're starting to see some goals go in. I think we're seeing guys getting rewarded for opportunities. So that was really our biggest nemesis through that whole stretch, was the ability to make sure we finished on some of our high quality. I think I look at the start of our last game where on the power play we had the 2 point-blank opportunities, which got us off to a great start. They didn't go. I thought we stayed with the game plan and got rewarded late. The one thing that we haven't mentioned, I think we have to do a better job, is staying out of the penalty box.